Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the video. So this week I'm going to be going over my weekly rotation for the fragrances that I wore from December 10th to December 16th. So if you're interested to see that, let's jump into it. So on Sunday, I went with Sultan Vetiver by Nishane. So this one is a vetiver lover's dream. If you like the note of vetiver, or let me say, if you love the note of vetiver, and the reason why I say that is because this is a straight vetiver slap in the face. You really need to enjoy the note of vetiver, and especially earthy vetiver. This has 4 different kinds of vetiver in it, and it's done extremely well. It's blended to perfection in my opinion. It is quite earthy, green. You know, it might come off slightly dirty to some people. On my skin, there is also kind of a soapy freshness, and I think that's because of the neroli in this fragrance. So neroli tends to give off that kind of fresh vibe. Yeah, so it's not overly fresh by any means, but you can definitely pick up on that kind of soapy freshness a little bit. But it is
vetiver in your face.
So if you're someone who is new to the note of vetiver, or you're just starting to get into it, do not start with this fragrance. You will probably not like it. Start with something that's a bit easier, like maybe from Laboratorio Olfativo, Vetiverso, or you know, maybe like Terre d'Hermes or something like that. Do not start with Sultan Vetiver. But for all you vetiver lovers out there, this one's awesome, and it is a beast. I never do more than 2 sprays with this fragrance because it is overwhelming. And there's many times when I wear it where I just do 1 because that's all I need. I just do a quick shot on the back of my neck and it lasts me all day. This one projects heavily and it leaves a really nice sillage as well. So yeah, this is a great one. If you're interested, try to get yourself a sample of Sultan Vetiver by Nishane. So on Monday, from the House of Amouage, I went with Enclave. So this fragrance is extremely refreshing, but it has so much depth to it. Upon initial spray, you get a heavy blast of kind of sweet mintiness here. The mint is done really well here. It doesn't come off like toothpaste at all to my nose. I know I've read a couple reviews on this fragrance, and some people were saying that it kind of smelled like toothpaste to them. Not for me at all. This more so smells like those little peppermints that you can get, the red and white peppermints. It has that kind of like candied, almost like sweet mintiness to it, but it's done extremely well in my opinion. I love this one. So this is very luxurious spearmint with a slight smokiness and a little bit of a leathery undertone with this one, but it's blended extremely well. And one of my favorite perfumers, Julian Rasquinet, made this one. So yeah, I love this one. And this one too performs really well on my skin. I typically do about 3 sprays and it projects and lasts me all day. So yeah, on my skin, I don't have any performance issues. It performs really well. And yeah, no complaints here. This is a great one. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Enclave by Amouage. So on Tuesday, from the house of Laboratorio Olfativo, we have Vanna Gloria. This is such a sexy amber vanilla fragrance. This one was created by Dominique Ropion. Again, another one of my favorite perfumers. So this is kind of a very smoky, incensey vanilla. The vanilla in here is absolutely gorgeous, and mixed with the smoky incense, man, it makes for just a very unique blend. So this one also gets compared to YSL Baby Cat. They're very similar. I've never smelled Baby Cat, so I can't really compare these two. But they were both created by Dominique Ropion, so maybe there's some overlap there. You know, this one, price-wise, is awesome. Laboratorio Olfativo sells in 30 ml bottles, so yeah, the price point here is awesome. But for me, on initial spray, it gives me kind of a pickly vibe. Maybe that's from the incense note, or it could be from the saffron. I'm not 100% sure. But about 15 minutes, once this one starts to dry down, this one is heaven. I love it. Just the vanilla is absolutely gorgeous in this one. So yeah, I can't recommend this one enough. This is a great one. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Vanna Gloria from Laboratorio Olfativo. So on Wednesday, from the house of Jeroboam, we have Mixado. So this is a very creamy, woody scent with a slight dark mysteriousness about it, but it comes off very sensual and sexy in my opinion. It's a very easy wear. So Jeroboam makes 30 ml extrait de parfum concentration, and you only need a couple sprays with these. Projection and sillage are quite strong, so be easy on the trigger. This one is extremely woody, and it even has a very sexy muskiness about it. It's quite musky, but the two blend together extremely well. This is a great one. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Mixado by Jeroboam. On Thursday, from the house of Parfums de Nicolai, we have New York Intense. So this is a classic woody aromatic fougere. Some might say this comes off as a little old-fashioned or maybe too mature. I don't think so. It definitely comes off mature. My image of this is someone who is maybe, 35 and older. But yeah, this is just a very classic fougere fragrance that is done to perfection. So the perfumer of this house has ties to Guerlain, so she's actually part of the Guerlain family. So you can definitely feel a bit of influence there in the perfumes from this house. This house, I think, is very underrated. It doesn't get a whole lot of hype in the fragrance community, but it definitely should. Nicolai puts out some just gorgeous, amazing, and unique smelling fragrances that you should definitely check out. And from a price standpoint, man, you can't beat it. I think I paid maybe $50 for this 30 ml bottle, but the quality here is crazy. I would have paid more than that for this. Maybe a little bit less than 50. I think maybe I paid $40 or something like that. I don't quite remember, but it was around the $40, $50 ballpark. The juice in here is great. It's a heavy performer. You only need a couple sprays. You will smell amazing. So if you can, get yourself a sample of New York Intense by Parfums de Nicolai. So on Friday, from the house of Nichane, we have B612. I love this fragrance from Nichane so much. It is done to perfection. So this is Nichane's take on a modern fougere. This one smells absolutely amazing. It has a very heavy dose of lavender and oak moss in here, so it's quite aromatic, but this one is a great performer. So I typically do about 3 sprays with this one. It lasts me all day. So yeah, this is a very underrated one from the house, for sure. I don't hear a lot of people talking about B612, but one of the top contenders for being one of my favorites from Nichane. As you can see, I put quite a large dent in this bottle. It's a 50 ml, and yeah, I've worn this one a lot. It's because I really, really love it. What makes this one quite unique too, it does have a very heavy dose of cashmere in it. Yeah, it almost gives it a quite fresh, soapy, but cozy type of feeling. The cashmere brings a very cozy and warm feeling to this fragrance that I really, really love. But yeah, this is a good one. If you can, get yourself a sample of B612 by Nichane. And finally, to wrap up the week, from the house of Frederic Malle, we have Portrait of a Lady. So this may not be everyone's cup of tea, but this is an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. This is a fragrance that will always be in my collection. I can't say enough good things about this fragrance. So don't be afraid of rose fragrances. I think for me, I went through a very long period in my fragrance journey where I really stayed away from rose because I saw the note of rose to be a feminine note. And so I really avoided fragrances, and I was completely missing out because this one is just, it changed my world. The combination of rose and patchouli, there's like a spiciness, there's just a dark and mysteriousness about this one that is just intoxicating and very, very sexy. And this one leaves probably one of the best centrales I've ever smelled. It's that good. Performance on this is quite beastly as well. I don't do more than 3 sprays with this because it pushes off my skin very, very strongly. But this is a great one. Portrait of a Lady can easily be Portrait of a Man. But you know, I think also even seeing the name Portrait of a Lady, your mind might think, oh, this is just made for women. Yeah, men can easily wear this. On my skin, the patchouli really pops on this fragrance, so that combination of patchouli and rose come off, but in a very masculine way. Maybe if a woman wears this, the patchouli won't pop as much, or, you know, skin chemistry is different with everyone, so it's gonna wear slightly different on everyone. But on my skin, the patchouli really pops, and I love that combination of patchouli and rose here. Yeah, this is a great one. Masterpiece. So if you can, get yourself a sample of Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content, and let me know down in the comment section if you enjoy any of these fragrances, or even please tell me like what fragrances worked well for you this past week. I'd love to hear about them. But I hope you guys are staying healthy and well, and I'll see you guys in the next video.